What up?
What's up, boys?
Rocking and rolling, guys. Rocking and rolling. Let me go back to the comments.
You're not rocking and rolling nothing, Scott.
No,
I heard you weren't even loud.
Yeah, rock and roll all night and some days or something like that. Rolling Thunder.
Dude, Scott's truck is brutal lately. Just gonna roll
Is
right
that
into
episode
this.
53?
No, 46.
46. Okay.
Yeah,
40.
46.
Okay, we did skip a few weeks here and there. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to the shop today. There's this guy shop, Jay's Custom Auto or something like that. And I go down there, and this guy does crazy donk builds where they're on like rubber band wheels and tires that are like custom CNC'd, and like they're still crazy LS swaps and full interiors and stuff. Anyways, I'm giving the boss a demo. I'm not going to lie. I took and, dude, I hard clipped the snot out of my stereo today, like for the first time.
Ooh.
And it was like violently freaking windy AF. I was like, I should not do this, but this is freaking scary almost, dude. I was like, this is nuts.
Time for another 12K.
Nice when you,
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to give it that extra gravy, give her the beans a little bit more than you normally do.
Teddy.
It's like, wow, this thing is a little bit louder, but you got to play within reason if you want your stuff to last.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be just a few seconds of playing with it like that. But I was like, I'm going to give this guy the sauce. And then I took it, I was like, I gave it the bass knob, the full thing on it to begin with. And I looked down and it was like hard clipping, but it was just crazy. So I'm like, I want to give this a couple seconds. I don't smell anything. Yeah, I need a second 12K now. I need a whole double my electrical system and another 12K. Just wanted to be like that all the time.
Yep. That's when you know you need
all
more
for
power.
all for those extra 2 or 3 dBs, you know?
And maybe 2 dB.
Yeah.
But
I'm putting 5K a piece to these EV6s, so we'll see what happens.
oh wow, we got a guy from the Philippines. I didn't click
Yeah,
that
I was just throwing that
Oh,
up
wow.
too. What's going on? That's
What's up,
awesome.
Jim
Thanks
boy?
for tuning in.
Oh man, we got
Oh.
Byron. What's up, big dog?
Yeah, Byron's in here. Byron, I missed that Suicidal Tennessee shirt. It was sold out in like a second. I was like, oh my god.
I've only got like 3 Dixon flannels and that's it.
Their shirts are so good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. They need to make a kicker Dixon. That'd be cool. Like yellow.
Kicker Dixon.
So we're talking about our birthday before the show,
Dix.
guys.
And
So I took it. I got home and I was like, I'm gonna shape up my beard before I take and start the freaking show ride. I fucked up, dude, big time. I had like straight up L lamb chops on the side of my face, dog, and like
Yes.
yeah. I was
You
like,
left
nah, dude. I was like, I'll rock a goatee for a week while I have some stubble come out so I can and reshape it up before the show, I guess.
I think it looks good. It looks good.
it looks good.
That's all right.
If you're like not allowed near school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I haven't rocked a goatee in like 4 years, bro. It's been at least like 4 years since I rocked a goatee.
You used to have a
Yeah,
goatee like after high school, I remember.
Yeah.
Like Fred, you had the Fred Durst thing going on there for a second.
Dude,
With the sideways hat.
If I wore the backward, I never wore the sideways hat, but if I wore the
It
backwards,
was like backwards
hat,
and sideways.
Nah, it wasn't ever sideways.
I have the picture. I'll bring it up
No,
next
you
time.
don't.
Well, you got to
No,
put
you
it to the
don't.
side just a little bit. It can't be
Mhm.
straight. It got to be a little to the side. You know?
Yeah, if I wore the backwards hat though with a goatee, they're like, "What's up, Fred Durst?" Yeah, we do it my way.
It's a sick riff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god,
Casey got new amps today, actually.
dude! I
I was
got
gonna
them
say,
at
what's Casey doing?
I got them at 3:30, and then I worked on it when I got back to the shop. Scott, pull the picture up. Let's just go ahead and cut to it because I freaking love it, dude.
I don't even know what picture
I
you're
just
talking
like-
about. I feel like a bad friend.
Are you serious? I came.
Yeah, dude.
So I got to the
You
house.
literally-
Scott's passed out. I'm like, Scott,
Yeah.
Scott. He's like, what? I'm like, I ordered us pizza, bro. And he's like, that's cool.
No, I think I said I don't give a fuck or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I was out, dude. Oh, here we go. Let's see. This looks nice, Casey. I only have one question to ask you though when we get it pulled up.
Okay.
There we go. Boom. That looks tight.
Ooh. I love the
20,000
bricks. I love the bricks because, you know, you can never have too much bracing, you know? No flex zone
Yeah.
right there, man.
Thanks,
That
they're
is,
totally real.
Yeah, no, we actually he was getting material for a couple of days to take and put that brick wall up there, and I'm surprised he didn't have to add any stuff for his helper springs, adding all the cement back there. But my question is, which one do you think is going to fail first, the top amp or the bottom amp?
No, I hope neither of them.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
No, I'm
for
definitely
I was
terrible.
gonna say,
That's
what-
terrible.
is this
My
a
amps
trick
never
question?
blew. My amps never blew. The whole thing that started this was a good teammate and friend blew their amp and that was also running the 10K. So I was like, here, take one of mine. And then I go to warranty his amp. So I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and warranty my other amp because the clip light doesn't come on. And then boom, 6 months go by. Well, it's 2 months.
Damn.
It took 2 months.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Look at that
That looks
picture right there.
beautiful, though,
Wait,
man.
go down. Nope, go back to the comments.
Damn it, Casey.
Yeah, it's right there. Right there. Look at that. Custom heat shrink. I tech flexed every wire individually. So I sized them up and I took them to the bench to put the lugs on them. And then I put the tech flex and then I put the blurred vision heat shrinks over them. Just kind of took my time.
Beautiful.
You know.
That's beautiful. That looks just like my Vega wire kit I got.
I'm gonna
Clean.
do the same thing here. I want a third fanny because I have the third output on the Speedy. Nope. I want to make a standoff just like that. That put it at the end of the 12K and blow down it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Because that's all it is. You get it off the heatsink and it takes care of it. Like if you have anything blowing on top of a heatsink, it's twice as good as if you have nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
as long as you can get the
Stagnant
heat
air.
from off the surface, yeah. Because with the heat seats get hot, they're doing their jobs. You know what I mean? So you just got to get the heat from the top of it, and that's all really. So
I like that though. Now, would you have to put them any closer, or do you think they're going to be pretty effective where
They
they're
move
at?
some air, bro. They move some air.
Yeah.
they move a lot of air, and I don't have a Speedy, so they're just like full blast at 15 volts. So
Yeah,
they
I
move. They
can't.
definitely move some air. I actually broke one of the S's on the fanny, so I have to get some new ones. But
Damn.
it's no biggie. Yeah,
You
I'll
got
get
air
some custom
conditioning in your
coloring.
car? No.
Dude,
Of
my
course.
air conditioner is under 50 degrees, verified, with a temp like the electric thermometer.
So you still have your AC.
Oh yeah, dude.
What you should
When
do?
you get a windy demo, it's
pump
just
some
windy
AC
AC
back
in your
there.
face.
Mhm.
It is.
Pump-
It dumps out on the top.
Oh, perfect.
It blows down.
Then
Yeah.
you're more than good then. You don't even need the fan. You got AC back there, man. It's going to keep those nice and chill if you're running them, you know.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I need to take it. I want a plasti dip now that I should have window tinted the windows before that I had the wall in, but now I want to plasti dip black the side windows. I want to get all
Dude,
the
don't
glass.
plastic dip them.
You'll never
Don't
see
plasti
it.
dip, don't
you'll
plasti
never
dip.
see. You'll never
Don't
see
do it, bro. You have to
I'm
use
still
6
peeling that
cans just
crap
to get it
off.
to be all black.
Touche.
Yeah. Just get
It'll be
Hoss to like
fancy.
put some vinyl on it, or get some Jimmy to just like put some vinyl on it with the squeegee thing.
Jimmy could probably fit in the box in between the sides and in there. You know.
Yeah, he probably could, really.
Oh, he's a tiny guy. I'll just pick him up like a plank and then just stick him in the side of the box. That way he can take him put on the side windows.
I love
Innovations
Spark
does
Innovations.
Yeah,
They're great.
What's up,
Yeah,
Rob?
Ed and Rich are great dudes too.
Dude,
I like what they're doing for the community. So like, it's it's definitely like I feel like a boutique product in a way, but it's also like in the sense that it's not boutique. It's actually like obtainable and affordable. So like, you get a fan, like it's $80, but it's a really good fan. Like it's going to put out more air than 2 or 3 of the little computer fans that a lot of people use. So and it looks super cool and it lights up. Like you know what I mean. So
Right,
it's
it's
an
just-
obtainable like boutique product for car audio, I think.
shout out to
engineered
Ed
for us.
Lester, Ed Lester,
Yeah.
and Rich Tornetta. We actually
Yeah.
just we took it. We just picked up Spark Innovations too. We put a bunch of Spark stuff on the website. We tied AF.
Nice.
I love
Nice.
my Speedy setup too. I like the Speedy setup because I can make
Yeah.
it work on 12-volt switch. That way I can take and have it set up to where if I turn my amps off and stuff, the fans will turn off, or I can have it where it'll run manually, all kinds of stuff like that. It works pretty dope. I didn't even
It's
hook
really
up the,
cool.
I didn't because so far in the back, I don't just leave them all wide open. I didn't even hook up the speed knob for it because if you unplug it by default, it just turns on full 100% when you turn it on. So like if my amps come on, the fans are on, and it's like that works out perfect, and it looks tight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. So they were pretty excited because that gives them a little kind of a display going on at SLAMOLOGY, which is going to be tight AF. So we're going to have Robert Guy and Casey. They're going to be parking nose to nose with each other with tents over it, being all badasses and all that stuff. We'll have Andy's going to be in the kicker booth. I'll be across from you at the Sky High Car Audio booth. They come to find out now they invited and Joe made it happen. Cigar Joe is going to be giving demos at the Sundown booth. So it's going to we're going to have all the dude. We're going to have all the boys on the freaking shut it down. It's going to be sick.
The boys.
Representing, man.
Yeah.
Representing.
Yeah. That means I'm going to throw
Oh, we're
you
going down.
in
It's
Cigar-
going down,
dude,
dude.
I'm going to give you a demo in Cigar Joe's truck, Andy, for sure. Because if Joe does it, he
Yeah.
sandbags. Joe sandbags.
All the time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'll
Give me the
give you
beans.
fucking sauce, dude. Yeah. I will freaking stack a freaking ZV6. I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, it's gonna be sick, man. I'm thoroughly excited for Slamology. I still gotta do some stuff, man, because I've been so busy and I keep beating on my truck like a dumbass, even though I shouldn't. I need to fix, yeah. I've been
just
beating every
slapping the
day.
baffle and shit.
I need to
You
take
got to
it.
save some for us, Scott. Come on.
Yeah, no. I gotta go show the thing off, but no. So I gotta pull 3 subs out. I gotta fix broken screws. I had a brace that I knew when I put the braces in, I should have been putting actual hardware washer in, and I was rushing it to go to that Southeast Georgia show. So I shot SPAC screws in this brace. I'm like, I know these gonna break, and I went ahead and did it anyway. But we got Mokel in here. What's up, buddy? But,
What's up, Rick?
But so I gotta pull out 3 subs. I'm gonna put actual nice hardwares and washer down there. I'm gonna PL the braces in the bottom chamber. And then Robert left me, and his son Travis left me some material to make some top braces to go from the top of the baffle to the roof instead of just to the lower chamber.
That's what was really needed.
With that bracing, that's going to help more than anything with like your screws coming out, because if that baffle stays put, then it's just the woofer's jumping, and they're not going to jump out. It's from that baffle just moving.
Sure.
And sure weight, but it's a little everything. But
that's my figure too. Yeah, and I know I've been in top brace for a while because it's not going down to need braces, it's going up when I pressurize that, and especially on the high notes is what really does it too. When I get that like super high, believe it or not, I play windy stuff all day and the subs don't even move. I start doing like the 50, 55 hertz stuff like that. That's when I start breaking shit. Being straight up with you, but I can play windy stuff all day and be okay. Other than like flex and stuff like that, but as far as like damaging equipment or the box and stuff like that, the high notes to me.
Quit playing that wasted information. All them highs are just wasted information, man.
Yeah. Why are you playing mid bass?
Dude,
anything over 20 hertz is mid bass.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
20 hertz is pushing. I could see 40.
Anything over 25 hertz is mid bass.
We're just bragging on you, Joe. Talking about getting to be in the sundown booth, but yeah. But the thing is though, it's so I don't know. See, I'm only like a low 50s in the 20s, but I mean like it's really high 50s at the the higher frequency. So it's still like a impressive difference. I like a song that'll do like 20 to 55, and I'll be like, that's my, there we go.
I hate those ones.
Dude,
I'm like, I don't even need 50 hertz. I can't hit it.
When you get your demo, when I give you a demo, it's going to be full tilt into clipping. Wherever I peak, it's going to be either 22 or like 23 hertz is going to be my peak, if I'm right. It was at like 23, 24. It was the same, but 60s at 22 hertz is happening. I'm going to have that. I have my SSA meter. I have my it's somewhere on here. I have my SSA meter and have an app on the iPad Mini, so I can pull it up on the iPad Mini and do like real time DB score.
SPL. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight. But I'm full sending it, bro.
Hell yeah, dude! I can't wait, man. That's the thing. I want to meet you guys in person. I mean, this is cool and all, but to get your guys' demos. Shit, we talk about it enough. Let's.
Dude,
let's
and I'm getting a Cookie Monster. I'm trying to get. So I'll be across from you because it's again like the Sky High and Kicker right across from each other. But I'm gonna try to get an early Cookie Monster demo. Just being straight up with everybody. Like
you got to get an early one, because then once you get in something else, you're gonna be like, "What is that? Is that even?"
No, there's just gonna be a line, and he's gonna have a line of like 50 people.
You gotta think about. I'm not even trying to play it up, Andy. You gotta think about it. Like you didn't go last year, but you went the year before last. Your following is significantly grown in that 2-year period of time. So like I think you're gonna have a lot of Living Loud fans come see you. It's gonna be cool. It'll be wholesome.
Heck yeah, man! I'm happy. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's just it'll be sad when it's over, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
For sure. Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be so much fun.
You could ask Casey. Last year, they were literally I didn't want Slamology to be over so long. They were literally the security came over to me and they were like, "Scott, the show's over." They didn't say Scott. They said the show's over. Music off, and I'm like, okay, like,
oh come on! I thought this was a 3-day weekend. 4.
Exactly. Yeah, Rob is gonna scout people, dude. Casey can verify. Rob's build is freaking violent now, dude. Like, I'm gonna pull a video up of it. It was just nasty.
You guys hooked him up with all those ZV6s, right? And new amps and everything.
Yeah, he's just
X15s.
XV3s.
X50. Okay, my bad. Either way, the new Sundown stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's our first our sponsored build, and anybody more deserving, definitely that guy. But
is Sean gonna be there? Sean Mullen? Sean, are you gonna be there?
Yeah, Mullen's gonna be there. I'm bringing him two.
Dude.
I'm bringing Mullen Performance here, 2 of the super calves. Okay,
heed my words. Your days are numbered, Sean.
Dude,
it's going down, bro. You're getting the 40 hertz.
Sean's gonna grow the slightest bit of hair. He's gonna have a little hairdo going on because he's normally got the shave thing going on, and he's just gonna be re-scalped as soon as he gets in Casey's truck. But dude, you don't even have to shave. You can just not shave your hair until then. Casey will make sure you're bald, dude. But here we go.
Rip it right off.
And stream. This is Rob's build now. I wasn't actually expecting this. I know sometimes like kind of play up the O face. This squint face was literally because it was so windy I couldn't see. Let me play it.
Been there.
When I pick up my shirt, like the whole. Oh my goodness, my dog's barking. I'm sorry.
Nice. I love the shag. Just everything about it. Clean port.
Yelling doesn't work.
Did you guys change the ratio at all or anything with the fourth order or sixth? I forget what he has. But just kind of just dropped them in there, huh? Nice.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome looking. I love how he has like the back done too. There's like some blue design back there. It just pops. It looks good, man.
Yeah, it's
looks,
sick.
Looks good.
Super
We lost Casey. It's okay.
Oh.
He's like, man, that guy's louder than me. I gotta leave.
It says his device disconnected. You might accidentally close out of it. I'm sure he'll be back though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we didn't do any really changes to it as far as making changes to the box and like that. So we took in I got a good picture I can pull up on it. So we took and did a rear panel that we carpeted and then mounted up his amps and stuff in there. He ended up doing a lot of the wiring.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a plan for Saturday. They had to leave. But so they came back with a wire and we slapped the tune on it. And huge difference. We put his battery is the same, but we put the UC31s in and then took and boom, boom, boom. Put that in the back. So all we really did in the back was carpet his rear panel that was already there.
Okay.
Him and Joe added onto his battery box, and we put just changed the amp set and everything. It was really like a direct, like you said, plug and play. We took and just cleaned everything up, and he came back into a lot of the wiring with his regulator and all that jazz.
Right.
And
yeah.
he's got pictures of it somewhere else. I should have had him more cued, but and it came out super nice, man. And like I said, it's violently windy in there now. We thought it was
awesome.
crazy with the U's in there. It is freaking insane with the X.
I believe it. And it's just that one Salt 12, just like yours, but a B pillar.
Yeah, and it's like, it's also sad for me too, because it's like, this is what my truck would be like if it was a B pillar. Like, this is, I wish it was a B.
Yours could be even louder because of how big if you went B, because of how big your SUV is, man.
No, for
That's
sure.
got to be, what, 12 feet just in cabin space behind a B?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm thinking more like I could just double it. So if I went B, I can do
double it.
12 15s. Yeah. If I can literally, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if I just went to the B, I can do 12 15s and 2 12Ks. And that's like...
4 12Ks.
Touche. Yeah.
Hey, then you'd probably be doing 65s, 63s at the lowest, man.
And then I would grenade the windshield and rip the firewall. And
yeah, it's all gone.
Off. Yeah, it's done.
Yep.
Yeah, the doors are gonna come off.
I know. It's like, how far do you want to go?
No, sure. And excursion doors, luckily, the same as F-250. But I feel like there's a whole lot more Tahoe doors out there than there are F-250 doors laying around.
Mm-hmm.
And
those,
true. Yeah, Joe says 12 15's coming. That's what I'm saying, Joe. Is like the next. If I get, I enjoy the C-pillar stuff for now. Don't get me wrong. If we get something else, like Joe does a C-pillar or something like that, or my rebuild is going to be definitely a B. It's got to be something retarded. Like I've had the cool C-pillar for a year now, and I'm not saying I want to throw it out now. I'm talking about in the future. I think it'd be sick just to do it a crazy long. Look at I can't think of his name right now. Joel.
Just
Joel
save
Sparky.
your seats. Don't ruin your seats. Make sure you save everything.
Well, that's another reason too. I didn't do B-pillar. It's like I just put thousands of dollars in the leather interior, so it's like I need to hold on to these for a little while.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I mean, after a year and a half, 2 years of people butt fucking them in and out of shows, like they're not perfect. They're not perfect seats anymore, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not even joking, dude.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
man.
Now the cool thing about the C-pillar is that those seats, for some reason, people always drop me goodies out of their back pockets in the seats. I'll find I found camera lens caps. I think one's Jacob Virals. I need to contact him about it. I forgot about it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, wait, he got footage of your build?
Yeah, he's done like 4 videos of my truck. He's in Georgia, so I mean, there's a bunch.
I haven't even seen it. I don't watch all of his stuff. It's a lot.
Sure.
You have to send me your build with his videos. I want to see it.
Yeah, it took into. Fuck, I'll pull that thing up now. What are you talking about? We got nothing else going on.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
But Jacob Viral. He's a good dude, man.
I'm gonna kidnap EXO and be like, listen, you got to sit in Cookie Monster. Come on, do it.
We hung out with Jacob Viral at the Excess Power show, and he was a crazy awesome guy, man. Like I told him, I was like, hey, I did my first I learned my first big three from your first video in the van and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, I've been watching
Yeah.
like 10 years where you're doing like the drive-by demo things and stuff like that. And he was super cool about it, man. And the day I met him, he actually, the deal went through. He was trying to buy a house at the time before he got his new place, and that deal went through bad that day. And he still came out to the show, and he was still super cool and got in everybody's.
Well, that's how you know if someone's cool, if they're all pissed off or upset, and they're still nice. So you know they're a good person. That's cool, man.
Hey, pulled Casey back in.
I'll grab him. I got full screen. I'm just watching your face.
No, he's in there right now.
I see him. Oh, there we go.
I don't know how to use a MacBook, dude.
What's the Jacob Viral? And is it Jacob Viral? Shit. the JDL family. That's what it was on. His wife's channel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she had a channel. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm on his wife's page on the newest one with the other two, and I was still the Hog 2s. There we go. EXO and JP's been in his. There we go.
That's awesome.
There we go. Boom, 615s.
EXO did a video on my friend's. He has an old Solo X, which actually needs some TLC like mine always get. But he did what? Do you remember that one with the giant octoport firing into the car, and the Solo X was firing backwards like that IB setup? Yeah, that one. I know that guy.
Is it Seaport Showdown? This is a good one.
Yeah. Did you play Band to the Bone?
I don't remember if I did. Casey, yeah. Blah 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 blah.
No, that's cool. I'm gonna watch it. You're going too fast. Slow down. What are you doing? There we go.
Yeah, dude. Play the interesting part.
Yeah, look at his face. He's like, I gotta.
And I'm sandbagging the shit out of him right here, though. I'm not even like quarter gain right now.
I feel like that's a face some YouTubers, and especially in his position, kind of got to do, regardless of how loud it is. If you don't start bobbing your head or like pretend you're in pain, I feel like that might be a low hit in the keister. But honestly, with your build, that can make your face do that, especially if you're just getting into car audio, or even if you have like a decent 150 build. 155 is gonna be way louder than a 150, regardless anything else.
I took into
3 dB sound difference.
I was playing windy stuff here. I took into I didn't tell you, Casey, my freaking driver rear window regulator took a shit today.
Yeah, welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
It only gets worse.
Well, at least
it only gets worse.
At least it's up right now. That's all I care about. I'm like, thank God. Yeah.
Wait, which is the door that doesn't have door panel? Or I'm sorry, deadener. Which is the door that doesn't have deadener?
The other side.
Wow.
Might be helping your score. You never know.
I've got to change a few things. This is my most proud demo that I've done in a while, because I literally was not expecting the hair to be on this one. This one came out good.
I remember seeing this. This was a good one.
Oh shit. This girl was not expecting this. I was like, yes. Rob got his AC fixed today. That's tight. But
nice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was a good hair.
What about front AC?
Hopefully so. Hopefully it is. We got Ed. We were just talking about it. We were literally just talking about Sparked. Yeah.
His ears were ringing. That's why he tuned in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was saying that I was happy that I get to show up some Spark stuff at SLAMOLOGY in the Sky High booth, so that'd be freaking tight.
Scott, show Ed the back of the truck.
Okay. Oh, he's got the fannies on it. Oh yeah, Ed'll like this. Here we go. Boom. I just tagged.
You better like this.
Yeah, right. He's gonna be like, oh, that's okay.
He's probably already gone.
No, he's right there. It's nothing. It's nothing
no,
bad.
I see it, yeah.
No, exactly nothing bad. We're talking about Casey's build, and he just added the setup here. We're talking about how much he liked the fannies and stuff, and that looks pretty sick. I'm going to do a third fanny myself with standoffs just like that, like I said, to blow across the heat sink on the thing.
She's a brick.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's Casey's build update, Ed. We're just taking and bragging about Spark stuff. And there we go.
I love it.
So Andy, what's going on?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, see, the fannies are awesome. I freaking love my fannies. Like, I cherish them. And when I open up the back, people are like, "Oh, what are those?" I'm like, "They're clearly fans, but yeah, they're spark."
What are those?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with Cookie Monster? She's ready to roll, Andy? Is she ready for
Oh.
Slamology? What's up?
99%. I'm pretty much at the point where I'm slapping on stickers, getting the car inspected. System-wise, she's good to go. One thing I'm going to add before Slamology is an isolator, because I still have that AGM up front with the lithium, and I did that just because of my stock regulator. With the voltage, you know, charging it idle, whatever, fix that. But I'm going to hook up the isolator. The only problem with running the isolator, good luck charging your batteries without the car on. So I'm going to have to charge each individual front and back. Because I just use a standard AGM charger for the lithium JYHP40. It charges 100% and it's safe with it. Just because it's the same charging voltage as an AGM in a way. But yeah, it's other than that, it's ready to go. I know I was talking to Vega about it, and I wanted to verify with him because I'm running a 450 amp fuse up front. You know, nothing else in the back. I'm not that stupid. If it catches on fire, the whole car is going to go. But I have one up front, so it doesn't travel from the front to the back. And instead of adding all these other connections and connections and connections, I thought, man, if I have a 450 amp fuse. And it's just I fuse for short, not for current, because you know who needs that anyway. If something's going to short, yeah, the fuse will work. So I thought, man, instead of just running both, man, I could just take out the fuse and just run the isolator. That's a 500 amp isolator. Because if I'm pulling over 500 amps, you know, wouldn't it technically act as a fuse?
It should. The thing is, I mean,
same. That's what I'm
thinking. Are you capable of drawing over 500 amps of current in your setup?
No, I have a 320 amp alternator. It's just for a fuse for short. You know, if something gets pinched or something.
So if you're clamping 2400, what are you probably pulling around 300, 350 amps?
I'm pulling 400 amps.
Yeah. So you're not even gonna touch that peak power of the isolator. So I mean, I think you're gonna be fine.
Right. Well, I was just thinking, would it work as a fuse since the 450 amp fuse would technically be in front of it? Just do away with the fuse and just run the isolator as a fuse in a way.
Does it act like a breaker? I'm not sure. Ed Lester is asking what
kind of. It's a it's the 500
Stinger?
amp Stinger. Thank you.
So I think the Stinger one has a breaker on it. It's not just a.
I think it does too. Yeah.
It has it's an isolator and a breaker. But
so that would work.
I wouldn't either. I would just keep the fuse too. I mean, I would just leave the fuse just in case. Like I don't fuse from the amp to the battery just because like if it's simple, the amp blows the amp. You know what I mean? What am I going to add? 2,000 or 500 amp fuses, like 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like
no, you're blowing them. You're blowing. Well, we had on the crescendo.
Yeah.
I thought you put 550s in it and it was blowing.
I put 500s in it and it was blowing.
500s.
Yeah, it was blowing them. Yeah.
No, for sure, because that's when you went with the CNC ones to look like the fake fuses.
Where were they positioned? How long was the run?
Like a foot
Not
or
long.
less. Yeah, like a foot.
It was like maybe 3 feet.
That means wow. What damn, you're pulling a lot of freaking current, dude.
The PCB board's going to be a great fuse.
Fuse do the job of a fuse better than non-fuses. True. And that's why I'm like hesitant on it. I'm very hesitant.
I don't think you need to add the isolator. I don't think because I mean like they're gonna have a similar resting voltage on it. So it's not like they're fighting each other.
It's a used battery and a new battery. You don't want to do that anyway. But if you drive the car every day, it's not as bad. But
well, Andy, save a little cheddar. Let me make you a deal on an excess power battery. I'll ship it to you, buddy. Like we can make that happen. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know
exactly. Yeah, I know a guy. And I mean, I'm sure Ed's too. I mean, you don't have to immediately fuck with me. I'm sure Ed make you a deal on an excess battery. Hit him up. I mean, definitely need to get you something strong, and you'll gain from it too. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's going to be a thing. I think one thing would be good for your system too. We need to add a UC31, the IAXA super cap in your thing, because you're clamping right in the same power supported. Dude, right. I'm about to put 4 of those in my truck for Slamology. I'm buying them. Might as well do it. I'm gonna have like 2,000 farads of capacitance and my 140 amp hour bank. Dude, it's harder to clip. Like my truck, I thought it started fast on lithium. Holy shit, that truck starts fast now. It's like starter because I have the super cap under the hood right now, like right there at the starter. It is like it cranks the shit out of that truck now. But no,
that's what they do. They give you that instantaneous, very fast power, man. Static electricity. Yeah, it's crazy.
But not only that, I've noticed a difference in it's harder to clip my amplifier with the capacitors and without a mount. So like especially on like fast changing beats where you normally see like the clip
little clippy.
Yeah, it's gone, completely gone.
Well, that's what they're really good at. Because I remember Tony D and Moore did a video of like capacitors, AGMs,
like
and lead acid,
that's like
and
a
the dynamic was the difference with just the regular 1 farad capacitor. So I could just imagine what a real capacitor, something like that, and it's bigger and better, could do for that dynamic range for when you're the little clips.
Sure,
it'll give you that voltage. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be sick, and I'm like, dude, I might as well do it. I'm probably gonna take them back out after Slam, but I'm like, I got all this room in the back. Like, I want to just daisy chain a bunch of these UC31s in the back, and just add a crap load of capacitance in the back. And they work, man. They're great, and so I'm thinking that's gonna be the move. And again, like I can still drain that if I'm playing a sine wave, you're gonna knock it down. But I mean, playing music, dude, is such a huge difference. Especially if I'm driving, man. If I'm driving, my voltage does not drop a single point, like at all. And I'm like, now I'm not saying I can't do full tilt playing a rebase song doing that, but if I'm listening to those regular music, it's completely solid, and I'm like, this is insane.
That's what they really strive in the capacitor, super capacitors, whatever. It's giving you that instantaneous power. Yeah, they can't hold much, but that's what the rest of your system is for. And you already have the lithium, you have the input power, so you have it all, and that's why it just sounds beautiful, and it's giving you that dynamic range. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Sure, but yeah, I think I know you'd have to find somewhere to put it, but I think in your power range right there, I think a UC31 would be great for you, A, because you're within the range for the power that it can take and support with it, with your other batteries especially, and then B, it's a freaking built-in jump box all the time. You can let the car sit for 2 years, whatever, and you just put it in jump box mode and go.
That is pretty cool. Now, those aren't engine safe. You have to keep those in the rear.
You can put them under the hood, they're originally made for like semi-trucks, but I'm going to do some tests on that because now I got my test bench set up. I need to get a power supply pretty bad, but I'm going to start doing little amp tests. Now, a lot of people think I'm doing amp dynos and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. We're probably going to play with it some.
I seen that.
The test bench, though, is mainly for me to be testing amplifiers before we send them out for RMA. So, like, I need to be verifying that they're bad before I mail them to our facility and all that stuff. And put them. We can send you one if you want to. If you do want to do that, Andy, if you throw one in your car, I'll send you a UC31. Let you play with it.
Awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Would you be interested in doing that, playing with your test bench or something like that? I don't know.
Dude. Yeah.
We'll
Right now, I'm just running the JYHP40 right now. So
I think it'd probably be great for your amp dyno setup because that's the same thing I was going to do. I was going to do AGM and just the UC31. And that means if I have pretty good power supply going to it, you can test 1,000+ watts pretty easy with that.
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, that's all I'm really clamping up here, but I mean, to get that instantaneous power, man, that's where it's at. I remember watching EXO doing that video, like, when it first came out, and I was like, that's pretty nice. I like how it's convenient. Yeah, the jump pack stuff, but it's all digital and Bluetooth, and it's got all the, bells and whistles. It's awesome, man.
Well, you could thank Joe on that one, but if you want to play with one, dude, especially if you want to make a video, I'll send you one, dude.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
And again, you throw it in your car for Slamology, bro. Probably get some game. I mean, like I said, we're gonna be doing these things all day.
How big is it? Is that a Group 31
size?
Group
31. Yeah, it's a Group 31. Yeah,
that's big. That's big battery. That's big.
Yeah. Well, it's all you do is literally just daisy chain positive, negative over in your system, and then you can charge it before, or obviously if you're aware it's going to be charging, it's got a protection circuitry inside of it, so you can do it charging off your car when you hook it up because it's only going to take it to 12 volts. It's capacitors. I would recommend charging them like a super cap, like the super cap banks. They have no protection circuitry in there. You have to make sure you charge that thing to your charging voltage, or you can cause some problems. Overcharging.
Yeah, because it's because of the static of the initial touching it.
It can pull thousands. It can pull as much current as you can give into a super cap when it goes into it. But the UC31s do have protection circuitry in it, so like you can, all you gotta do is literally charge it or just hook it up in your system in line, crank the car. It senses when when amperage is going in, and then it turns off when amperage is not going in.
See, I think that's the same problem why I'm having issues, because of the lithium acts in a similar way as the supercapacitors, but not quite as much. But like they'll demand whatever they need, and that's kind of the problem with the alternators and lithium, where it's just demanding so much from the alt compared to a regular battery that doesn't demand as much.
Sure, and I'm sure that's a problem you could be running into, where your lithium battery is sucking the juice out of the AGM at night to fill it back up.
It doesn't really parasitically draw too much. Like I rest at 13.4. It's like that's the JY fully charged resting. After like 3 weeks, it'll go down to 13.3, 13.2. So it does pull off of it because I'll have this one sitting up here and it'll sit at 13.4 for like a long time, and maybe 13.3. But I mean, every battery has, degrading of just sitting on a shelf, So,
No, for
I mean,
sure.
but it's just that front XS 3400R that I have. It just it sits at 12.8 fully charged. It's an older used battery I actually got off a friend of mine. I traded him for a Group 31. I was like, oh yeah, I'll throw that under my hood. That'll be great. It actually fits my car. And he took the 31. It was the UPS batteries. I had like 30 of them. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll take your 34. Thank you.
Do you just have
Put that right
terminals on under the hood?
Yeah, well, I have they're not the OEM terminals. I have like the regular inputs. You bolt down and then you just put the inputs in. I don't do the lugs.
Bro, you could take and probably just throw the UC31 in place of your underhood Group 30 of yours.
It would fit because I put a 31 under there before, and let's just say I had to bend some things to get it in there. I had a Kinetic 2400 under my hood for a long time, and that's not even engine safe.
Yeah.
But I did. Because, resting voltages, everyone's like, oh, but I used to daily the car. If you drive the car every day, it's not a problem. It's just I wanted to run the isolator just because I wasn't going to. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run it, see how it runs and this and that. I don't feel like disconnecting my fuse every time I park the car, so it's not drawing. But it's
I've been there, bro. I've been there. Parasitic draw, stuff like that. I've had like 3 CRXs that you had to unhook the battery every night. And I was too young and dumb at the time to try to figure out where the draw was coming from. So I just unhooked the battery every night. And yeah, dude, it's like going in the motions of reprogramming your radio every day on the drive to work, dude.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's like the same problem buying a car that somebody's put the 12-volt switch in, the 12-volt constant wired together, and they cut the car off, and the radio loses its memory or something like that every night. And you're like,
every time.
I hate my fucking life.
Dude, speaking of underhood batteries, are the Titans underhood safe?
They are Titan 8s.
You've seen those, right, in person?
Not yet.
They're like this big, dude. I got one at the shop, and I'm like considering putting it in the Tahoe just for my mids and highs for support. But like, it's like that big, dude. It's tiny. You can run wires up on the side of it. You can hide the wires in the bottom.
Phosphate. Is that just regular like
it's
lithium ion?
Yeah, it's LTO. It's all LTO.
LTO.
They're like a patch.
That's high density stuff anyway. That's
Yeah, but it's a safe chemistry too, though. And they have a reserve model and they have a power model. So one gives you more power, one gives you more reserve, basically. So you mix those together.
You need the Titan.
They're really cool.
Chassis. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people recommend doing 1 from 1, 1 reserve, 1. The
1 power, 1 reserve.
See, I didn't know it had to be in a certain case, but I feel like that makes sense. But then, is that something that they sell with it?
Yeah.
Like you can buy additionally.
No, there's a whole series of Titan 8 batteries, and just like a lot of the XS batteries, you'll overcomplicate it because a lot of them are actually all the same battery in different case platforms. So once you figure out like the different cases, you're going, and if you see, you'll look at the specs on the sheet, it'll be all the same. Yeah, you'll be able to get the same battery in a different size format to fit your application. So I think it was XP batteries. It could be XP. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting for Covert Works. They're getting Miata platform ones. So like the Group 31, the 34, and the 1200, all that are all the same battery, and
wow,
they're just different cases to fit your application to be more of a direct.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
So it's pretty sick, and and the XS stuff's been a crazy. I'm loving all that stuff, man, and they're just performing, dude. Just seeing the difference, man. I've already gotten testimonies from shops and customers that and it's been cool. You were saying?
Oh, I was just saying. I'm just agreeing that I just put one in the Tahoe. It's great, dude. It's the best battery. The T3400. Woo, tried and true.
Yeah, I'm getting this. A lot of these shops. I kind of get to grow with them, and they trust me, and they'll call me, and which is me of all people. But they'll ask me for advice or what my input on something like this is, and I'm like, you got to listen to me. You've got to be upgrading these batteries, doing the big threes and all that stuff. And I'm getting the point with a couple of these shops where they're really starting to do them now, and they're realizing they're leaving money on the table, not doing that, and B, that they were selling themselves short for the quality of their installation by not doing it also. So like it gets a hand in hand with that, and they're seeing the difference. So I got a shop. I sold a 3400. They did like a Sia 3500, a pair of SA15s, a 4-channel, and all the door speakers. And they did a D3400 on the front, put one in the back, and the guy was like, it's perfect. You know, like the voltage. I'm like, yeah, bro. But remember when I was trying to sell you this stuff? I wasn't just trying to sell it to you, dude. Like, I'm not telling you, like, you need this. Like,
Right.
because when I first met these guys, they're like, hey, man, I got a ground wire's getting hot. And I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on? He's like, the ground wire off the battery. And I'm like, is it the stock? Like, you're running a 1-aught ground wire for a fucking 3,000 watt amp to a stock battery ground. And it's, of course it's going to get hot. You're going to 1-aught to like 16 gauge, bro. I'm like, upgrade the ground. They're like,
Can't.
yeah, if you upgrade the ground, like, oh, the problem's gone. I'm like, yeah, like, how are you operating a business? You know, you're taking, you're like, you know, I'm like, hear me out, bro. I was like, you took a freaking a garden hose and then ran it into a freaking straw, man. I was like, yeah, that's your ground.
Ground is just as important as your power, man. It
Yeah,
really is. It's
it is.
crazy.
Hoping
I
they
treat them
send
both the
that
same,
one.
really. I got 3 power runs, 3 ground runs, same gauge, same everything. You know.
I try to do the same thing too. Like, now don't get me wrong, I'm not so mad about inputs pulling off. Like, you know, I'm about to do dual inputs to the 12K, and but no, I have 3 power runs going in. I'm gonna do 3 grounds. You know what I mean? Same thing with that. So like, try to
Dude,
keep
you're a wild man with the dual inputs.
me.
Wild man. Yeah.
Why?
It's gonna be pretty sick though.
What makes you say I'm a wild man for doing dual inputs?
It's just so much.
Wild man.
So
Believe it or not,
overkill, yeah.
believe even Derek Haddock, if you watch the Salt 12K video, he even says like he recommends people running dual things to it. I didn't think
Even
it was
when it's 3 inches from your battery.
Yeah, but it's gonna look tits. I'm doing a sky high wire display. I'm gonna do a sky high wire,
Yeah.
sky shrink wrap. It's gonna look tits as fuck. I'm gonna do like 2 crazy waves on both sides, the power on ground, and then I'm gonna daisy chain those UC31s across the back. It's gonna look tight.
All 12 of them.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, Casey. I was like, I put 5 in the back. I can feel like 4 behind the seat if I really wanted to do it. But no,
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
gonna
You
do
can
it.
just go ahead and put 10 in there.
It does look beautiful, but then it's like, you know, if you really know your stuff and you know like how much current for the run and how big, it's like, man, that's unnecessary. But it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it looks
sure.
it looks louder. It's like, man, he got like 8 runs for his positive, 8 runs for his negative, and it's going from his alternator to his battery, and he's got 2 alts.
And I got
Probably doesn't need all those, but
got-
it looks beautiful.
Yeah, but hey, at the end of the day, I mean, but that's like half the wow factor on like Cigar Joe's build. When you open up that back, he's got 2 17Ks with dual inputs to it, and you just got this beautiful river of 1-aught wire that's
Right.
like meticulously ran on each side, and they're
It's
all
art.
perfectly cut links, and they're tied together and loomed and all that stuff. And you're like, holy dickens! Like, I don't even know. I don't have to know audio to know this is some serious shit. You know what I mean? Like, but
It's like spoilers in car racing, you know. Some of them just look extra big for no reason, you know.
hey, speak of the devil, I've got Rob sent me some pictures. I was talking about it a minute ago. He sent me 2 pictures of his build. So we did the Neo Pros
Nice.
in the front doors. They got the ETR1, the premium tweeters up front.
Are- Quick question: are those the door pods you can buy custom for your truck?
Yeah,
Pretty much. You just
CustomSpeakerPods.com.
CustomSpeakPods.com. He's got 3 ETR1 tweeters up front. These are like the best sounding sundown tweeters they got. So it's like good tweeter.
We had to turn them
better
down a
tweet.
lot.
Yeah,
They're so
Yeah.
loud, dude.
but the back
They sound really good though once they're tuned up.
Yep. Yeah.
The
Especially being that close too. You don't need that much.
Oh yeah, we tuned him down. It's really he's got a good range to it. It sounds really good.
But so I'm just gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna just daisy chain up, boom, 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 all the way across the back of my truck.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
I mean, it is a lot of wire for that, but I mean,
Why? I'm just gonna do these little loops like this. I'm gonna do the little tiny swoops. Just boom, 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 boom.
I know.
I
'cause
love
he's got,
those things, but
he's
they're
got
so
all
ugly.
They
The
work though.
Ultra
dude.
Caps. Oh,
They
they
work.
work great.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
they
don't
work
like it.
great.
You
They're
don't.
just
You don't like
ugly,
them
so.
cosmetically. I think they
Yeah, I don't
look
like them cosmetically.
different though, because
Yeah.
you want it to be different. You don't want it to look
They
like
look
a
like a
battery because
cooler.
it's not just a battery. It's not.
It looks like a little travel cooler that you take to like a NASCAR race.
Right, and you can put a Bluetooth speaker on the side of it too. You know.
But hear
Yeah.
me out, dude. You're gonna see a whole line of these things in the back of my truck, and all of them have the LED indicators on their work and stuff like that. It's gonna look tight. It's gonna be like that's a lot of fucking juice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna. I'll bet it sounds amazing with all those.
The dude, I'll
It
be able
made
to
a
power.
noticeable difference, dude.
Does he got the
Notice-
CES batteries or are those JY80s?
Brand X. They're Brand X.
See, you know what? Last time I
license.
said Brand X, someone's like, "No, they're CES." Blah blah blah, and I was like, "Wait, isn't CES?" They used to be related to Brand X because Jonathan Patrick, because he used to work there. But I'm like, okay, same thing, right?
Yeah.
His truck performs good. He's got a smaller bank than I do, and he's got more alternator than I do, but he keeps up with it, man. And those UC31s are kicking it in his truck, man. I've been happy with him. Yeah, 0.0005. I'm telling you, Jake. So Jake, I'm gonna put like 5 UC31 cat banks in the back of my truck and raise the capacitance like 2,500 farads of capacitance.
I was gonna say, how many farads are they? 500?
Those are 375 each, but I've got the 650 one
Okay.
under the hood. Just the one under my hood is 650 farad.
Wow. See, that's just, it's crazy because that's almost comparable to the regular old school Rockford Fosgate 1 farads you would buy, or, you know, the Boss 32 farad that are literally nothing. But you're actually going to get that 375, because then you think of what the super caps, you know, it's like 500, 500, 500, and then if you wire them in series, you know, you got to get more parallel to keep up with it and to double the farad and all that kind of stuff, and you're still talking maybe like what, a couple thousand, like you're saying. But that's cool because, you know, it's convenient. That's what that battery is, convenience. You throw it in pair. You can run that on lead acid, you can run on AGM, you can run on lithium. It's it's a capacitor. It's different. You don't have to worry about resting voltages.
And actually, I brought something up just to kind of explain in case anyone's wondering what a capacitor actually does. So I'll just read like the layman term sentence here. When connected to a voltage source, a capacitor stores an electric charge in the form of an electrostatic field between its conductors. Compared to a battery uses chemicals to store an electric charge and discharges it slowly through a circuit.
Yep.
So the caps are going to give you that power right away. But they're not going to have
carbon or something like that. It has some kind of it's not plates, but
one's a chemical reaction.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I was talking about just a capacitor.
Gotcha. Ed actually, if you go back on Sparked Ed's YouTube channel, he actually does a good video on capacitors and lithium. It's like 2 years old, and it's a really, really good video on capacitors. And you know, Ed worked at Excess Power. He had a lot to do with the super caps and stuff like that. Like,
wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people don't put 2 and 2 together. That Ed worked at Excess Power for a long time. But
I figured there was some kind of connection. I was watching Ed for a long time on YouTube and everything. You know,
I found him
awesome.
from the. I found Ed from the. He did a video on my buddy RA Audio, Andreas Ravani. He did a video talking about Serwin Vega strokers about the time that I bought my first Serwin Vega stroker, and he gave a shout out to Andreas. And actually, I ended up hitting up Andreas about a Rockford Recone. I was recommending him, and I consider him like a great friend now. He's like one of my other, you know, Hungarian crazy buddies now. But yeah, awesome. He talks a lot too, so I linked him up with Douglas Bruce, and they talk it up, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just bring Jake into the room.
DJ likes to talk a lot too, man.
Bring Jake and James into the room with them.
Yeah, dude. If I went to Jake's house right now, we started talking about speaker boxes in his driveway. If nothing happened, if Jake doesn't have to take a shit, you're pretty much guaranteed to be there for the rest of the night. I'll be like, Jake, I'm about to leave, and he's like, oh, come here and check this out for a second. And they're like 3 hours later, like, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. RA Audio.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking about selling that T15. I mean, that T1504 that I got from him too. But yeah, RA's crazy guy, man. He's a great guy. He's reconed multiple Rockford subs for me. Dude, this guy is such a gentleman. He sold me a stroker. I beat on it for like 3 years till it died. And then he bought it back for what I paid him for the 3 years before that. But the value became inflated in that period of time. But it's like he literally paid me what I paid him for the sub when I originally bought it. And I was like, dude,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Can't beat that. But
that is awesome, man.
Dude, Sean has the worst luck with Allen wrenches, apparently. Did you read this comment?
I chained 10 of those RF 1 farad cast back in there. I actually dropped an Allen across. So I watched my dad. I watched my dad drop a wrench on. It was a Lightning Audio Rockford S10. The guy named is Michael Summers, and it was 2 Lightning Audio Storm X215s and a extended cab S10. Well, they had 4 Rockford T3000s in the bed, and they had across the front of the bed at the cab was a big bank of AGM batteries they had bus bars made for, and I watched them drop a wrench on the bus bars, and like glue, like the wrench was literally glowing red, and they took a pry bar and had gloves on, and were like poof, like flipped it out from under off the battery.
Just melts through the floor.
Oh, dude, it was like that same weekend. I remember thinking DeWalt drills were like the shit. So I go to put I was doing something in the shop, and I took my dad's DeWalt drill, and it was dead. So I wouldn't put the old battery in the charger. And I smelled something funny. It smelled like in my head, it was either something like smelled like burnt fish or something like that. I look over, and the charger just melting with a battery on it on the fucking table, just like rolling smoke off of it, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's just bubbling, like bubbling. And so my dad grabs it by the cable and just throws it out the door in the parking lot or whatever. And it's like sitting there smoldering, dude. He's like, "What the fuck you do to my drill, man?" I'm like, "I didn't do nothing, Dad. I promise." And but that's those old NiCad batteries, man. When those things bite the dust, they bite the dust.
Yep. That's old. They don't make those no more. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure you could probably still buy them, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like everything is just went over to lithium. It's just it stores better. It's just more energy dense, and
I'm wondering.
It's getting safer. It's getting safer.
First off, you come over and want to leave.
Jake, you're 45 minutes away.
Dude, it's more, and
you have no seating. We don't like to stand. We're lazy. When we come over, we expect a chair to sit in.
Yeah, you need to clean the garage, put some lawn chairs out, get the cooler out.
Yeah, maybe a couch.
You got to have the couch ready, some seats.
Maybe a couch, probably a TV. You don't have a shop TV, and that's kind of strange.
Yeah, well, he's got a monitor.
Speaking of which, I just installed a shop TV in my garage with the Roku, got my Spotify, got my boombox hooked up to it. It's in my fridge and microwave. I'm ready to move out.
That's sick, dude.
You're like, babe, I got to do some testing in the garage, and you're in there in your underwear in a lawn chair.
I guess this is terrible. I'm never gonna go inside again. Just sit out here and work. Neighbors probably think I'm nuts because I keep my garage door wide open, just cause unless it's like raining or it's like 30 degrees outside, I leave it open. Nebby neighbors, though, let me tell you.
Yeah, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Pow.
Dude, how do you use a MacBook?
I don't even know.
How do you what a MacBook?
I'm trying to figure out how to use a MacBook. It's just like
no. They're tough, man. Kayla's got one, and I'm like, "Where's the X? Where's the X?" And it's like on the other side. I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah, it's just a red dot.
Yeah,
it doesn't even show an X until you hover over it. It's like, come on, dude. Yep. Like you have like a red light, and it's basically a traffic light that you have to navigate with.
That's it, Baba. Free 10mm sockets.
I don't know any of the shortcuts for the keyboard, so dude, it's crazy.
No, I'm gonna talk shit on Jake now. Yeah, the last time I showed up at his house, he was fucking asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
real serious here.
Yeah, and not only that, I was calling his phone, and I could hear his phone ringing through the window that I was standing right next to or whatever. So I'm like, I hear the phone going off, asshole. But no, he finally came outside.
I can't.
He's like, okay, be here at 9 a.m. and then he'll stay up until 8:50 and then go to bed. And he's like, when you get here, just keep calling me until I answer. So then I get there, the last time I went over there, I'm calling and calling and calling and calling. I'm like, God, what the fuck, Jake? And then finally he just comes downstairs, rolls out of his cave, and he's like, oh my God, my phone's broken. I'm like, dude.
Well, look,
he's like, I can't answer.
I dropped an impact right on the screen, so.
Makes sense. What's up,
it's like, why did you tell me to call you if you can't answer? Just set an alarm like everyone else in the world.
He's like, I can't see the screen.
I don't know.
He's trying to sleep with his headphones
on. Y'all chill out, man. My wife works night shift. I'm halfway up. I went to bed at 7 o'clock this morning, so y'all can piss off with that.
Damn, I feel
it's a normal day.
That is a normal
It's horrible, man. I hate it.
Yep,
I tried to go to bed at 1 o'clock. I laid there for 2 hours. Could not sleep.
Yep.
But no, you want to know why there's no TV in the shop?
Why?
But wouldn't shit get done?
Should get done now.
It's
Jake, maybe it would help at this point.
I built your 10 speaker boxes in 3 days.
Jake goes downstairs
all in one night.
Yeah, he puts a 4x8 sheet on the saw, clamps it down, hits go, and goes back upstairs and plays Rust. He's like, come back and check this one. Yeah.
I don't trust my CNC that much. First
I was
of
gonna
all,
say CNC life must be nice.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
all.
my God.
Hold
It said
on,
cut time
everybody.
32 minutes.
Let me explain to you the fucking paradigm of owning a CNC.
Yeah.
One, everybody thinks it's faster. Two, everybody thinks you charge less now because it's easier. And three, they don't understand that bits are fucking expensive and there's a bill on the machine.
This guy
I believe
hit me
it.
up and
No
he's
one
like,
told you to sell your table saw, Jake.
you should
I'm like,
not-
Jake,
I'm
where's
happy
your
I
table
sold it.
saw?
I
He's
need
like,
the
I sold
forum.
it. Yeah, but that
I
thing
know,
was
I'm about to
sweet.
get rid of my table saw. I use it's made by Craig Jig, the brand, but it's literally just an attachment that goes to your handsaw, and then it has a bar on the side, and you measure it out, and it literally
Sick.
goes to the side of the board, man. Who needs a table saw? Table saws are nice, but they're kind of dangerous, man. Not gonna lie. Like I like having a second hand there on the other side of the back pass, just
Bro.
because they like
Yeah.
the ejectocito, man. Let me tell you.
that same shop I was talking
Ball
about,
stop.
my dad's
Ball
shop
stop.
or whatever. I watched his skill saw. Now, luckily, he didn't like scar him up really that bad. He's wearing a leather jacket, but I watched him set a table saw down, and it didn't have a guard on it, and it literally just like ran up his freaking jacket, dude. Like, it put like
Damn.
holes in it all the way up it. Like,
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was
See,
Yeah, I
scary.
don't got no guard on mine either.
Yeah, this is like an old school. It's like an old Black and Decker one. You know, like
Yeah.
1985 saw.
Still going.
We bought
Still
we
going.
bought a Delta saw for the shop,
Yeah.
and it's pretty nice. And it looked like it had never been used, and so we got it, put a Diablo blade on it, and the only dent in my Tahoe came from the last. I had an apprentice there. He didn't really want to listen. I was like, all right, don't turn it. Just like give it somewhere to land. So I'm pushing the wood through, and then it grabs. He like shifts it, and it grabs the blade, and just shoots into the truck at like 100 miles an hour.
Bro, my favorite
It
thing
puts a
is
dent
when
in
I'm
the
like, look, just put your hand out and catch the end of this wood so it doesn't slap
Yeah,
the
and they
ground.
want to move it.
And they want to pull it.
You don't pull it.
Can't.
You don't. You just
Let it-
put
let
your
it do
hand
the
there,
work.
just hold the weight. I'm
Yep.
like walking this thing through.
When I was in high school, we got a stop saw because the kid, they ended up calling him Stavi. What is that movie? The Johnny Knoxville movie where he plays
Jackass.
No, he plays the special, he does the special needs championship.
Bad
I know
grandpa.
what you're talking about. I can't think of the
Anyway,
name.
this kid cut off all 4 of his first fingers on the table saw in the shop class. So they bought a stop saw, and that lasted like a month and a half because somebody cut pressure treated wet wood and shot a blade down. And this was like when the blades were like dumb expensive too. So wet lumber will do it, and then if it's raining outside, you can have enough static electricity through your body and the wood to make
If you're sweaty,
Wow. I believe it.
if you're sweaty and if the wood's wet, yeah.
Yeah. So like it just off that
Wow.
because it's just looking for grounds.
Also, you can't cut aluminum with it unless you flip the safety off. And if you're cutting foam that has that aluminum film, that'll also set it off. Had a buddy just set one off on that the other day, going, "Wow, I knew better."
It sounds like a
Wow.
gunshot.
Oh no, wait, that
Keeper.
was
That sounds like
that-
a gunshot because it's literally launching
yes.
that blade straight
it
down.
goes like
Damn.
hella fast.
Yeah.
Spooky. Spooky.
You got to take the machine apart to get it out too. This is like 2005 or 4. This is like when the stop saws first came out. They're like 20 grand or some dumb shit. They're probably more
Jesus.
now. I don't know.
Saved
Oh,
a
they're
few
not that
fingers
bad.
though.
You can buy a saw saw for about $3,500 now.
Oh god, this was like these were stupid price when they came out, like dumb price.
Yeah, I
But-
paid $50
I mean-
for my table saw.
See, the whole key to a
Marketplace.
table saw is having a table around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a table
Exactly.
around it, that's the
Yeah,
only thing I
nicer.
miss. I got a table saw still. I sold one and bought a smaller one, but the only thing I miss is when I'm making the bigger cuts, I gotta have help. Or I
Right.
wish I had, my full
A
11
full 4
foot
by
by.
table, if not bigger,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
mine only can cut 26 inches wide, and a lot of the boxes, like you get the height measurement and maybe the depth, but you're definitely not getting the length on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of boxes that are just more than that. So it's
Well,
like you're
I
still
was-
pulling out the handsaw.
We're leaving on the whole table in it too. The thing I really want a nice a saw table for is having a router table, man, built into it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
hear me out. Here's why you don't want your router table
You
built
want a
into your
separate
table
router
saw.
table.
Yeah, here's why. When you're slicing wood and you're working and you got help,
Yeah.
they can't use the router and the table.
Yeah.
You got to
Every
drop the bit every time you put a piece of wood up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you keep dragging it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks. I've
Yeah.
always, when I learned to do all this, I always learned with a separate table router, and it was super nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
my dad
super nice. Jake had a really nice setup, dude. Like if you went over to Jake's, like he had what was it, 11 or 12 feet wide table saw. A really nice setup and a really nice table router. And he's just all gone for the CNC now.
Buy a second one.
A second CNC.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it as a profession, though, the CNC is a no-brainer. I mean, come on.
Jake
You're
does
still
it as a
doing the
hobby. He
dimensions.
just, like,
You're still
sometimes
building
makes
the
money.
enclosure to spec.
I'm not
and-
big money. It's
Yeah, he just does it as a
it's
hobby.
$200-$300 a month. Like I can afford that.
Right.
I'm lazy
Anyway,
like
my
you.
table saw cut 55.5 inches wide. The table was exactly 7 foot off of the blade to the outer edge,
Oh,
and then
shit.
55 inches that way.
All right,
That's all you
Jake. Well, I
need.
got you here. I split the layers of wood in my roof. How do I fix it?
How did you split the layers?
They're separated for sure. Now my roof is doing like this whole like the
Is it from the
in the
water
front.
damage you had?
no, it was in the rear.
Hmm.
Longer bolts.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah,
At this point,
yeah. I'm just gonna go all the way through the
You-
roof.
You talking
You-
about like?
are you
your
talking
roof?
about that last layer we just added?
No. Inside the cabin on the roof. The roof layers. The roof.
So
is
you have
separated.
more than one pieces of wood together.
He's got
as
like
a-
he's got like 5 layers at this point up there.
The
Are you
roof
kidding
in
me?
the front of the truck though, at the front.
Jesus, yeah,
Oh, at
like
the
not
front?
not the enclosure,
Yeah.
yeah, the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
It's
how did it do
unbelievable.
that?
I don't know. Where I put the brace in, it pulled the layers apart. So now that first layer of wood on the roof separated from the ones above it. Think about it, shooting some screws up in it. So it's just like a bunch of screws in that panel because I'm about to recover the front in Deadener to get it all hooked up for slam.
The trick that I would do at this point, because it's not like you can add more glue. I wonder if it delaminated or if it just come unglued where I glued them together.
I didn't even think about
Right.
coming laminated because that wood. I didn't think about that wood at all. I'm probably just gonna take it.
Shoot a bunch of screws in there.
Yeah,
Well, look,
I'll shoot
try
screws in
this.
it or taking bolts all the way through.
Try this. Grab some. Those are 1-inch layers, so grab some 2-inch screws
Mm-hmm.
that have like a 1-inch shank with no threads on it on the bottom half.
That way, just pulling. Yeah,
That way, it's just pulling to the top.
yeah. It's not a
Do
bad
that.
idea. Yeah.
Or
just
get one that has a longer shank, like 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, or something. That way, you
Yeah.
know it's pulling up and not just into the wood.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
Makes
probably
sense.
be doing that. So I got to get down with that. So I got to take and cover. I got to cover up the downward sound deadener with Sky High or Sundown deadener. I fill the doors up with deadener and try to get that stuff fixed up before slam. But heck yeah, I'm pretty excited.
No, I feel like we're all crunching before slam, man. I mean, you got to be
Dude,
ready by
I'm
then. After that, it
so-
doesn't matter.
Ask me how
So
much I'm
excited.
stressed about it.
Not at all. Yeah. See, what you're thinking about it, the slam is just getting started for us. So like we have slam, next month, which is next week pretty much, and then after that we've got the Excess Power show and Sundown right back to back, dude. And that's just the far show. That's not counting anything local or anything. But we'll be going to
I'm
South
ready
Philly
for
tomorrow.
Excess Power.
Dude, I have a booth
It's a little
there.
different than this one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think it's on a racetrack or something now. Or this
it's at a racetrack, yeah.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. But I like the small intimate show that they had there because it was just like a lot of the dudes that we know. It's just like a lot of good dudes from Tennessee and stuff. And they would always come up, and it was just a great time, man. There's like a younger crowd there, and there's people
where
who just
we
came
met-
in.
We met EXO with the Access Power show.
Yeah,
Nice.
He'll probably be there, actually. I didn't think about that because he's still right there.
yeah.
The big reason.
That's down Carolina, North Carolina, or South Carolina,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Well, that's not too
I
far
just-
from me.
I just use my XO discount code. You put EXO on ShowtimeOnTrucks.com.
Still,
I just did
I
that.
can see it. I can see it.
He does look
I
like
know.
Stop.
That's a Slamology sticker.
316.
Wow,
You're
guys.
so
On
cool.
that note, we're over the
Hey,
fucking
look.
time now. We're over an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see
Slamology
everyone
sticker,
until
baby.
I'll see you guys at Slamology, but I'm not going to be able to go
Yeah.
live next week. It's my youngest son Oakley's birthday party, so no live streams for me next week, and then the week after that is Slamology. So I will see you guys there.
Yeah. And
We're gonna go
we
eat
might-
pizza.
Yeah, we're gonna eat
Nice.
pizza now. We're thinking we might be able to get something together on the weekend of Slamology, but I'm not. We might put a video. We might
We'll
record
shoot
some
for it.
stuff. Yeah.
We'll shoot for it.
What I was thinking
Yeah.
we could do is we could probably record some stuff and then have you throw it together or something like that, and have like a recap video for the next week maybe or something like that. Or we can all shoot some videos individually and link together and
That'd be
put it
sick.
together. Yeah,
Let's do
because I
that,
want to get
yeah.
because what we need to do actually is because it's time for us to shoot a new intro video. Let's get videos of us demoing each other's shit for the intro video.
For each other.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yes!
Exactly.
I don't think
Let's
I've ever
go.
seen Casey that happy before.
He's like,
Just
yeah.
Oh, dude, everything was just clicking. Yeah, it's been a long day. It took me a minute to realize what was going on with what Scott was saying. But yeah, I'm like, we're fine now. We have to do it.
Y'all want to know why y'all never see me at these shows anymore?
Because
you're a hater.
Transmission. Yeah, he'll be out there.
I've been to all of them.
He's seen everything, even the new stuff that he's never seen before. He's seen it.
It's not that. It's not that. It's I always end up working.
No, what it is
There's never downtime. It's not just go get a bunch of demos. This is cool. Oh
Jake's
man, I like the way this sounds. It's hey man, can you come tune my amp for me? Or hey man, I got
Just
all
be like,
minutes
no.
blown. Can you?
That's part of
can
the
you
hobby,
swap that?
man. That is part
No,
of the
I can't. I'm busy.
Swap that.
Yeah,
Not only that, is
I
they
got
all
shit to do.
Jake built half the boxes at the show. All the
And then
boxes
it's all
are-
coming apart. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
Anything that's coming apart, I get it.
they're all
I'm
metering.
telling you.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you said you wanted windy, not loud. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
You said you wanted to play 13 hertz. Now you're on the meter bitching it won't do a 60. What the fuck?
You said you wanted essays, and now you're running GP6s. Are you fucking kidding me?
And you're telling me that my enclosure should because it blew apart. What the fuck you talking?
He said, extend the port, goddammit. No, I'm kidding.
More port, yes.
Oh
Dude,
my
that's
god.
so
More
accurate.
port.
Anyway,
I swear to
so
God.
Andy's got a live coming up in a minute. I want to chop him off. He's going to be, which I'll come tuning in for that. I'm going to grab some pizza. You're doing with Vega on power ratings tonight. Am I correct?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I put up a poll, and he shared the poll, and he talked about it a little bit on the reverse polarity. We're going to talk about it tonight. Yeah, just how amps are rated, even subwoofers, you know? There's been a little bit of drama going on with that, and I think it's a good topic anyway. Just, you know, is it better to have an amp that's rated perfectly or with a little extra gravy?
Heck yeah. I think I'm on with you guys. I like that 10 to 15% margin on top of rated power.
Yeah.
I like double rated.
You see,
But-
you just like more gravy than mashed potatoes. That's you, Casey.
Hey, I'm gonna go buy me some salt 8s and scratch the 8 off and put a 2 on it and sell it to Casey twice the price.
Oh man, he'd be like, "Oh, this does so much."
Doesn't make any
2K.
sense.
This is
Yeah,
it's crazy."
Jake, you're not gonna buy any salts. You're gonna go and you're gonna buy a fucking Terrence, just like you always do.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, power's power, bro.
I traded 3 speaker boxes with this 9-year-old base 5K.
That was a nice second gen,
Dude, check out this MD 5K.
Yeah.
bro.
Why y'all shit talking over there, man? It makes power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We're out of here. Everyone have a good weekend. No drinking and driving.
Hey, I want you. I'm
See
gonna
you
give
guys.
you guys a blind test.
And you
Of
won't figure it
TRN
out.
versus 9? Yeah, we will.
100%.
Yeah, we will.